Hey, what's up? It's Mark at Alchemist.camp, where we learn Elixir and Phoenix by building things. Last time, I showed you how to use the new Elixir 1.9 mix releases to generate releases and run your app in production, although we just did it locally. It's a really short video. If you haven't seen that yet and you don't know how to do mix releases, definitely check it out. This time, I'm going to show you how to deploy it to a pretty new host that is very Elixir friendly called Render. And Render, I actually discovered on Indie Hackers, where one of the founders, Anurag, basically helped me with many questions. I'm sure I came off as a complete noob, but he was tireless and very helpful. And the service is really pretty simple to get started with. It's sort of like a Heroku kind of thing. I'm just gonna sign in with GitLab here and start a new web service. Actually, there are two things we need to do. We're going to need a database. So I'm going to start with that before the web service. I'm going to make a database that takes a minute. We're going to call this, let's see, our app was called YOLO. So we'll call the database YOLO_prod. And we'll just let it generate default strings here, create the database. Then while that's creating, let's go on and edit our app as needed. So we're just gonna have to edit two files. Repo ex, we need to add a pool size. Actually, we need a comma first since we're adding another thing. Pool size, default is usually 10. Then we're gonna add an init function. So we'll call it init, and it's gonna take two arguments. One is type, which we're not going to use, and then a config. And we'll wrap that config in OK, and keyword.put config that we passed in, and then URL and system get env. So this will come from an environment variable that Render puts into it. Database URL. Then in prod.exs, we need to change this host name to render_external hostname, because that's what Render expects. Then with that done, we'll commit it to Git. So git status, that looks right, and we'll add it all. Git commit sets up repo for render.com, and then we'll push it. And we'll go into new web service here. Since I used GitLab to log in, it's already got my repository here. I'll just click that. The name of it is YOLO, and environment is Elixir. Got a few other options. Master branch, won't change the build command. The start command we do need to change. If we were running the server with mix, then it would be mix phoenix.server. But since we're using releases, it's going to be _build/prod/rel/name of our app/bin/name of our app, and then start, since that's the command that starts it. Then we do need a couple things in advanced. We need some environment variables. First of which is this database URL that our app is expecting to come in from the system environment. And that URL is going to be in our database. If it's done, looks like it is. It's this connection string. We'll just copy that and rehide it and paste it in here. Then we're also going to need a secret key base. Secret_key_base. And then we'll create this value with mix phoenix.gen.secret. So mix phoenix.gen.secret, and there we go. Copy that whole thing in. And that's all we need for environment variables. We don't need a secret file. So with that, we're pretty much good to go. Create the web service, and what it's going to do is it's just going to run everything in this shell here. And it looks a lot like the GitLab CI/CD setup we did in the Phoenix 1.4 chat server series on Alchemist.camp. And since this takes a minute, I'm just going to stop the video and let it finish deploying. And it looks like all was successful. We can see this live button, and we've got this URL up here, yolo.onrender.com. Click through. Yep, our out-of-the-box Phoenix app is up and working. It's got our name on it. It's got a database set up as well. And that was all there was to it. And I've got a couple other things I want to say. One is I'm not an affiliate. They don't even have an affiliate program as far as I know. So that makes this a very unusual how to deploy something video. The reason I made it is because, well, two things. One is I was really impressed with how simple and how high quality their docs were, and it just looked like it would be easy, and it was. And the other thing is, at least for now, this is a pretty small startup, and they're in their Slack channel all the time, and they're super helpful. They weren't helpful to me because I had a YouTube channel. Like, they're helping everybody in there all the time. And maybe someday Salesforce will buy them also, and they'll be as difficult as Heroku is to deal with now. But for now, it's both cheaper and simpler than Heroku. It's about double the cost of DigitalOcean, but if you don't want to deal with your own servers and you don't enjoy managing them like some of us crazy people do, then I would totally check out Render. In order to do this, all it took was changing this one file. We added one function and one line here, and then we changed our environment variable from hostname to render underscore external underscore hostname. That was all there was to it. So hope you found this video useful, and if you did, please click subscribe, click the bell, and you will get more useful videos from me. See you next time.